Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Bitcoin is pumping in the green. We're up over $3,200 on the day. Let's freaking go. In today's show, lots to cover. I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis, as well as all the breaking news from the Bitcoin Nashville event, including $108 billion VanEck CEO says he owns way over 30% of his portfolio in Bitcoin, as well as Michael Saylor says the U.S. government should own the majority of the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the Manhattan in cyberspace, as well as the state of Michigan pension reported owning 6.6 million worth of the Biddy and the ETF, according to the latest SEC filings, as well as New Jersey mayor planning to invest in Bitcoin ETFs for the city's pension fund. We'll also be discussing BlackRock foresees very little interest in crypto ETFs beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm also going to be sharing with you Bitcoin rare buy signal returns and why the price action can hit $130,000 per coin. We'll also be discussing U.S. presidential candidate RFK Jr. says he is fully committed to Bitcoin. That's right. He says, I'm a huge supporter of Bitcoin. I have most of my wealth in Bitcoin. I am fully committed. Also in today's show, we'll be discussing, will the Trump speech at the Bitcoin conference tomorrow spark a $1 million Bitcoin rally, as well as Michael Saylor making a very bold prediction a few minutes on stage, says Bitcoin will be worth $13 million a coin by the year 2045. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show. Anyways, family, if you're new to the channel, very important to smash those likes. Also subscribe and hit the bell icon to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week. Just like this. Today is pod episode number 1712. I'm your host, JV. It's July 26, 2024, and Bitcoin's back on a tear. We're up over 3,200 on the day. We already captured 68,000. So let's dive right into our market watch as we do each and every day. You should be able to see Coin360 up here. Bitcoin now up 5% on the day. Ether's even up 5% on the day, trading back above 3,200. Solana up almost 9%. We have XRP up 1% and Cardano up almost 9%. So the bulk of the market is all pumping as a lot of capital is entering crypto as we speak. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, we have a 2.4 trillion total crypto market cap. The Bitcoin market cap is $1.33 trillion. We got roughly 77 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. And look at that Bitcoin dominance still on the rise. 55.4%, the highest we have been in a minute. And we also have Ether, which has been on the decline at 16.3%, up a little from the bottom of 16% just yesterday. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, we have CFX up 22%. We got PopCat up 19%, and Jupiter up 15%. Below that, Jasmy, Ordi, Filecoin, and WorldCoin. But let me know, fam, which alts, if any, are you bullish on for this particular bull? Holla. And checking out the crypto bubbles, just to get a visual perspective. Yesterday, virtually everything was in the red. Today, virtually everything is in the green. Welcome to crypto. And zooming out on the monthly, safe to say 40% of the market in the green, 60% in the red overall. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Today, we're at 68 greed, same as yesterday. Last week, a 60, and last month, a 46 in fear. So there you have it. My crypto fam, where do you feel the price action will likely take us by this time tomorrow when Trump is on stage? And are you prepared? Holla at your boy. Here's the latest of what's happening with the price action, and we'll even pull up some of the live charts because they looking bullish right now. Headline reads, Bitcoin Trump pump. Potential matches key technical signal. Can Bitcoin break 71,500? Let me know your thoughts. Bitcoin can be on track for a significant pump based on the key technical indicator used by crypto analysts that flashed ahead of the former President Trump's upcoming speech in Nashville. How high can the Bitcoin price rise in the near term? Let's discuss it. Bitcoin price can see significant bullish momentum based on the hash ribbons indicator. This is for tracking two moving averages of hash rate, the estimated combined processing power the miners dedicate to the network. The hash ribbons printed a buy signal on the daily chart for the first time in over a year on July 24th, which we covered right here in the pod. And adding to the bullish momentum, Titans of Crypto says the hash ribbons indicator has now printed another buy signal on the 5-day chart after the hash ribbons indicator flashed the buy signal on the daily chart. Is now showing the buy signal on the 5-day chart, which is even that much more significant. Out of the 8 past occurrences, this had resulted in a massive pump Pump it up, family. The buy signal flashed ahead of the President Trump speech in Nashville. He's set to take stage tomorrow, which could be a part of the Bitcoin recovery. Clearly, Bitcoin now up over 5% on the day, and Trump hasn't even spoken yet. Moreover, we have the MACD, which is the Bitcoin moving average convergence divergence, printing a bullish cross. So we have bullish indicators across the board, suggesting more upside momentum, according to synonymous trader Mikey Bull, who shared here. Bitcoin has finally witnessed the MACD bullish cross on the 3-day chart, further validating the setup, the massive bear squeeze. Incoming, folks. Send it. Now, despite the bullish chart pattern, the Bitcoin price needs to breach above the 71,500 mark to have a chance at a new all-time high. According to analyst Rat Capital, quoting him here, Bitcoin successfully dipped to 65 Gs and rebounded. Now let's see if Bitcoin now rallies to 71,500. Bitcoin has an entire long weekend to do it. Let's get it. But Bitcoin still faces significant resistance at 68,500. A move above this level would liquidate over 560 million worth of leveraged short positions. Short Bitcoin liquidations would surpass 1 billion, which would be at the 70,000 psychological mark. And at the same time, traders believe Bitcoin's facing an impulsive upside, which could still risk falling to 62,000, according to Crypto Ed, who shares here. I expected a corrective bounce followed by another leg down towards 62, maybe even lower. But let me know your thoughts. And before I pull up the live charts, here are some of the headlines with some of the breaking news going on right now at Nashville. $108 billion VanEck CEO says he owns way over 30% of his portfolio in Bitcoin. And you already know how bullish VanEck is on Bitcoin because we dedicated yesterday's main story specifically on this topic. They're extremely bullish, projecting, I believe it was over a $50 million Bitcoin price. I think 52 million. Correct me if I'm wrong, famo, somewhere in that ballpark. So that's pretty bullish. We also have Michael Saylor says the U.S. government should own the majority of the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is Manhattan in cyberspace. He also, or other breaking news in SEC filings, the state of Michigan pension reported owning 6.6 million in the Bitcoin ETF. Game theory continues in full effect. Now let's pull up some of the live charts brought to you here by TradingView. We're going to look at the Coinbase charts, and we typically start with the 1 hour, and then we'll zoom out and work our way out. So give me a second to pull that up. And give me a second to switch the scene up so you guys can see it crystal clear on your screen. Just take a second. Pump watch. Boom. There we go. So yeah, currently on Coinbase, we're hovering just above $67,800. Look at that nice green bullish candle on the daily. And this is the 1-day chart. My apologies. I meant to pull up the 1 hour. Then we'll work our way out. So yeah, this is the 1 hour chart. We do have a rising wedge formation clearly breaking out. We do have a top target as well, sitting above 69,000. We also have a couple of bottom targets, which are on the radar at 64,200 and one all the way down at 58,300. Again, this is the hourly chart looking extremely bullish right now. Next, we'll pull up the 4 hour chart. Again, live and in the flesh. This is live chart action. You can see some bullish momentum. We do have a blue target on the 4 hour chart, which is sitting at 86,600, which would clearly send us to new all-time highs, entering price discovery once we clear 73.8, which is the current high we achieved back in mid-March. We also have a couple of bearish targets on the 4 hour chart, one sitting at 58.3 and one sitting all the way down at $45,600. Now let's pull up the 1-day chart. As you can see here on your screen, we do got that big green massive candle. Yesterday we had a green candle, but it was pretty small. So today the bullish momentum continues, which is a beautiful sign, especially during the Bitcoin conference where 20,000 are gathered over in Nashville right now. Here's the 1 week chart, which is probably the most bullish. We do have that bullish flag formation, as you can see on your screen. And we do have a cup and handle target sitting all the way at $126,000 for the biddy. I have a question for you. Do you think Bitcoin will likely hit this cup and handle 126,000 target in this year of 2024? Yay or nay? Holla at your boy. And I'll read those comments out loud when I check the chat here in a second. And we'll also pull up the 1 month chart to get a broader perspective. And yeah, I think we're going to have a nice green monthly candle close. We still got 5 days left here of the month. And again, Trump's going to be on stage at Nashville delivering a very powerful speech and message to Bitcoiners around the world. So, I mean, if you're not bullish right now, I don't know. What are you doing with your life? Just saying, I digress. But anyways, family, let me know your thoughts regarding some of the price action and what I shared with you. And where do you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to take us for the monthly close here in a few days. Holla, 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 holla. So next story, we discussed the latest TA. Now let's discuss these pensions. New Jersey mayor plans to invest in Bitcoin ETFs for their city pension fund. Let's go. That's right. Stephen Fulop, the mayor of Jersey City since 2013, suggests he plans to allocate part of the city's pension fund to crypto exchange traded funds, as we know as ETFs. In fact, Mayor Fulop said on the 25th, yesterday, the Jersey City Pension Fund was updating its paperwork with the US SEC to reflect an investment in Bitcoin ETFs. Though the mayor did not explicitly state what percentage of the fund would be in crypto, he said it would be similar to the 2% allocated by the Wisconsin Pension Fund. Quoting him here, "I've been a long-time believer through ups and downs in crypto, but broadly, beyond crypto, I do believe blockchain is amongst the most important new tech innovations since the internet." And in May, the state of Wisconsin Investment Board reported exposure to the spot Bitcoin ETFs issued by Grayscale and BlackRock. And at the time, the two investment firms totaled 164 million out of the board's roughly 156 billion in assets. The SEC approved the listing and the trading of the spot Bitcoin ETFs, as we know, on January 11th. But the publicly run pension funds, only those from states of Wisconsin and Jersey City, seem to be considering crypto ETFs. Mayor Fulop did not explicitly mention potentially investing into the spot Ether ETFs. Why? He knows better. We started trading just the other day on the 23rd. Mayor financial institutions Wells Fargo and JP Morgan Chase reported less than $1 million combined in spot Bitcoin ETF investments, a tiny fraction of the firm's trillions of dollars in assets. And so, yeah, there you have it. I mean, again, game theory in full effect. And as I shared earlier, we also had the news that the state of Michigan pension also reported owning 6.6 million in Bitcoin as per the latest SEC filing. So more bullishness as game theory continues in full effect. Let's go. But anyways, fam, let's continue. Next story of the day, Next story, let's discuss the latest with the Bitcoin ETFs. Headline reads, BlackRock foresees very little interest in crypto ETFs beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum. There's only one king, fam. Asset manager BlackRock sees very little interest amongst clients in the crypto beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum and doesn't foresee many ETFs outside of those two core digital assets, at least according to Robert Michnick, BlackRock's head of digital assets, who spoke at the Bitcoin 2024 conference yesterday in Nashville. Quoting him here, "I would say that our client base today, their interest overwhelmingly is in Bitcoin first. Bada boom, bada bing. And then somewhat in ETH. And there's very little interest today beyond those two." I second that opinion. Now, Michnick said the panel entitled From Strategy to Innovation, BlackRock Bitcoin's Journey shared the following. "I don't think we're going to see a long list of crypto ETFs. BlackRock launched its first crypto exchange traded funds, which is iBit and iShares ETH-A in January and July, respectively. And you can see why iBit for Bitcoin. Number one, access. Number two, convenience. And number three, quality. Here are the themes driving Bitcoin adoption. We know as a digital store of value, geopolitical monetary hedge, as well as blockchain adoption. Now, not all the asset managers agree. Franklin Templeton, which also issues Bitcoin and ETH ETFs, is optimistic about the more crypto ETFs, including a Solana product, quoting them here. "Besides Bitcoin and ETH, there are other exciting and major developments that we believe will drive the crypto space forward. Most BlackRock's clients see Bitcoin and ETH as complements rather than competitors. And when clients buy ETH ETFs, they usually add to an existing crypto portfolio allocation rather than swap out a BTC." He cautioned that data on investor flows into ETH ETFs, which only started trading July 23rd, is limited, quoting Michnick here. "The whole story of value of use cases within crypto is pretty definitely territory that Bitcoin owns. ETH is trying to do a bunch of different applications that for the most part, Bitcoin's not trying to do. So really, they're more complements than they are competitors or substitutes. There is no second best." Now, Michnick says he expects investors to allocate eventually around 20% of their crypto holdings into ETH. I don't anticipate that, with the remainder going into the Bitty. BlackRock crypto ETFs are amongst the most popular in the industry, with iBit commanding some $22 billion in assets under management. Not too shabby, eh? And ETH-A approaching $270 million only after a few days of trading. That just went live, I believe it was 3 days ago, earlier in the week, family. And I forgot to say, happy TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. The weekend is here. Trump is near. He's about to get on stage 2 p.m. tomorrow, 22 hours away. But yeah, next story of the day, family. Let's discuss this $130,000 target, the latest from RFK Jr., and then we'll discuss the latest with Trump. Big announcements supposedly supposed to be announced tomorrow, which can send Bitcoin to new all-time highs and potentially spark a $1 million Bitcoin price rally. Then we'll dive into the live Q&A. But yeah, Bitcoin rare buy signal returns, and here's why the biddy can reach 130 G's per coin. We have Mikey Crypto, who shared a post on X that Bitcoin had just witnessed a rare hash ribbons buy signal. The analyst added that an explosive rally follows whenever this happens. Indeed, this is bullish for BTC, as the hash ribbon flash in the buy signal suggests that the miner's capitulation might be done, or at least cooled off. That's right. The hash ribbons indicator tracks the Bitcoin hash rates, 30 and 60-day moving averages. The buy signal usually occurs when the 30-day moving average crosses over the 60, as this suggests that the worst of the miner's capitulation is over and that a recovery in the hash rate has begun. All I got to say is this: when it comes to the word hash, I'm a fan. Sign me up. Now, due to the Bitcoin supply they control, miners' capitulation is known significantly to impact the market and Bitcoin's price specifically. Bitcoinist reported that the miners sold over 30,000 biddies in June, which led to significant price crashes for the King Crypto. The Bitcoin halving is believed to have caused these miners to capitulate as their mining rewards were cut in half while dealing with rising operation costs and a downtrend in the Bitcoin price. However, as the hash ribbons indicator suggests, the selling pressure from the Bitcoin miners has significantly declined, and Bitcoin could enjoy a massive rise from here on. Let me know if you agree. He also shared to his followers we can get a massive rally, which can send Bitcoin above 100,000 with a price target of 130, as he previously predicted. And ironic enough, as I shared you in the live charts on the weekly, we have a cup and handle target at 120. I get a little ahead of myself, at 126,000 per coin. So that's right in alignment with his target here off the back of the hash ribbons signal, which is extremely bullish, by the way. It's also worth mentioning that crypto analyst James Van Straten recently noted that miners' revenue was close to the 365-day moving average. The analyst explained this was another way to gauge if miner capitulation was almost over. The analyst added that Bitcoin would continue to trend higher once miners' revenue can reclaim the $40 million yearly average. Now, another factor that has caused Bitcoin investors to panic is the Mt. Gox rumors. However, I wouldn't be so concerned. If I was to guess, I'd say maybe only 20% are going to be selling. I think the majority of the people that get their Bitcoin returned to them from the Mt. Gox debacle, who have been waiting 10 years, a freaking decade, to receive their biddies back, is going to go right into cold storage. Mark my words. But again, that's my speculation. Take anything JV says with a grain of salt. This is not financial advice, and this entire broadcast is for entertainment purposes only. So, are you not entertained? Let me know, family. But anyways, yo, next story of the day, let's discuss the latest from RFK Jr. for embracing the biddy, as well as the latest with Trump and what he may or may not say on stage, which can potentially send Bitcoin to new all-time highs by this time tomorrow, as well as spark a $1 million Bitcoin price rally. And then we'll dive into the live Q&A. So yeah, U.S. presidential candidate RFK Jr. says he is fully committed to the biddy. In fact, from this interview he just shared last night, I am a huge supporter of Bitcoin. I have most of my wealth in Bitcoin. I am fully committed. You got to respect that. And I heard he bought a bunch of Bitcoin to give to his grandkids. And again, I respect that as well. So shout out RFK Jr. and the Kennedys. So yeah, independent president candidate RFK Jr. doubled down on his support for the biddy at the Bitcoin 2024 conference in Nashville, Tennessee. I am a huge supporter of the biddy. I have most of my wealth in Bitcoin. He said, I am fully committed. As I just shared, Bitcoin has become the hot button issue in the electoral cycle, with Republican nominee Trump campaigning, announcing it to accept Bitcoin and crypto donations back in May. Many crypto entrepreneurs have come out to support the Trump campaign, including Kraken co-founder Jay Powell, Jesse Powell, that is, not Jerome Powell, donating $1 million in crypto to Trump, along with the Winklevoss twins donating to a Trump-aligned PAC. Now, Kennedy, the libertarian-leaning candidate, took aim at the Fed, saying the central bank had the interests of bankers, not the general public, at heart. Well, this is true, 100%. Quoting him here, the relationship between Congress and the Fed is both parasitical to our country. Preach! And it's a symbiotic relationship. The Fed is not a public institution. The decision makers are appointed by the banking industry, meaning the central bankers run our country. Now you understand when Max says hang the bankers, starting with Jamie Dimon. Just saying. Kennedy also argued that the COVID lockdowns were vastly in favor of the billionaires and not the main street. Well, of course. Quoting him here, lockdowns shut down all the small business in this country, which is what we should be nurturing, and kept opening the Walmarts, the Amazons, the Facebooks, the oil industry, the processed food industry, the big AG. They all flourish during that period. Facts. It was definitely an attack. And earlier this year, Kennedy spoke at CoinDesk's Consensus Conference in Austin, Texas, where he said crypto is the key to transactional freedom. Quoting him again, we need sovereignty over our own wallets, transactional freedom, and a currency that is transparent. We need to make sure America remains in the hub of blockchain technology, which he said during the Consensus event. So there you have it. What are your thoughts? And how cool is that? That RFK Jr. has the majority of his wealth in Bitcoin and that he is fully committed, according to his own words. Holla at your boy. Now for our featured story of the day. Trump's speech at the Bitcoin conference will spark a $1 million Bitcoin price rally and also potentially send Bitcoin to a new all-time high. But this time tomorrow, he'll be speaking less than 24 hours from now. As the main speaker at the event. So this is pretty lit. Headline here reads, what will Trump say in his Bitcoin conference keynote tomorrow? And that's what we're going to be speculating here, fam. And also, Michael Saylor was just on stage maybe an hour or two ago at the conference. So this is a brand new little clip, and I'll just paraphrase, or it's word for word. Bitcoin will be worth $13 million a coin by the year 2045. So considering it's 2024, what is that, 21 years from now? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's 21 years. So let me know if you agree. Can you see a $13 million Bitcoin price by the year 2045? And he actually breaks down all the math and everything on this clip. It's a 46-second clip, and I did repost it from Autism Capital, who posted it initially. So you'll be able to find that on my X feed. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the Giga Chad. Now I want to quote David Bailey, who is the CEO of Bitcoin Magazine. Bitcoin Magazine is the one who put on this event. He wrote, if President Donald J. Trump does not walk out on stage to Bitcoin prices ripping through all-time highs, we will have brought shame and dishonor to Bitcoin. Satoshi will never forgive us. So shout out David Bailey. And I think the same thing. I think if Trump's getting on stage to speak in front of 20,000 people, we should be in price discovery mode. Let me know your thoughts on that, family. And let's break down and speculate what Trump will deliver as a keynote speech tomorrow. Again, less than 24 hours away. This will mark the first appearance of a U.S. presidential candidate at this major Bitcoin event, with Trump scheduled to speak for 30 minutes. I hear it's at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern, family. So again, maybe 21 hours from now on the conference's final day, which is tomorrow, the 27th. And while the exact content of his speech remains undisclosed, conference organizers have hinted it will be historic. Trump's participation signals a significant shift in his stance on Bitcoin and crypto, reflecting the evolving approach that contrasts sharply with his earlier skepticism. Trump's position on Bitcoin and crypto has undergone a notable transformation over the years. July 2019, he tweeted his disapproval, stating, I am not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which are not money and whose value is highly volatile and based on thin air. As if the dollar's value is not based on thin air, but I digress. This sentiment was reiterated in a 2021 Fox Business interview where he described Bitcoin as a scam and expressed concerns about it competing against the US dollar. In fact, I remember that interview. He said something like, I'm not a fan of Bitcoin because it undermines the value of the US dollar. And as your president, it's my job to make sure the dollar is strong. However, in 2024, Trump rebranded himself as the crypto president. Bitcoin press. Smart man. He now acknowledges Bitcoin's performance, emphasizing the necessity for the U.S. to lead in Bitcoin and crypto innovation. Trump's campaign began accepting crypto donations back in May of this year, including Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum, indicating strategic pivot towards embracing digital currencies. Several factors have influenced Trump's shift in perspective politically. His pro-crypto stance aligns with his broader opposition to Democratic policies set out by Senator Warren and the SEC chairman Gary Gensler, and resonates with a significant voter base in swing states. However, the new presumptive Democrat president, Kamala Harris, has yet to declare a stance on Bitcoin and crypto. Well, don't matter if she publicly says, I love Bitcoin. She wasn't invited to the conference. Want to know why? She would get booed off stage. They'd be throwing tomatoes at her. She clearly, by her actions, is an enemy of Bitcoin, just as Joe Biden is, Gary Gensler is, as well as Senator Warren. In fact, Rich Dad refers to them as the Three Stooges, and so they are. Her position is yet unconfirmed. No, we know she's an enemy of Bitcoin. No matter what she says. While there are rumors she's in talks to speak at the conference, no, that was shot down as well by David Bailey, and thank God for that. Now, Trump's choice of JD Vance, almost like JV there, JV, a known Bitcoin advocate and hodler, as his running mate, further highlights his strategy to woo the Bitcoiners. Vance's pro-crypto stance and personal investment in Bitcoin likely played a role in shaping Trump's updated views. Additionally, Trump's campaign has capitalized on crypto for fundraising. A Bitcoin conference fundraiser offered top-tier tickets for $844,600 per person, accentuating the financial potential Trump sees in the crypto space. Moreover, Trump's rhetoric has increasingly highlighted the need for the U.S. to compete with China's advances in Bitcoin, suggesting a strong position in this field is crucial for national competitiveness. And given these developments, Trump's speech at the Bitcoin 2024 conference may focus on several key areas. He will likely stress the importance of U.S. leadership in Bitcoin and crypto innovation, critique the Biden administration's crypto policies, and pledge to protect crypto hodler rights. Additionally, Trump may outline plans to encourage Bitcoin mining within the U.S., declare support for Bitcoin as a strategic U.S. reserve asset, and express opposition to a government-issued CBDC. Keep your central bank digital currency, central bank mofos. Bitcoin separates the money from the state. Now, Trump's upcoming address represents a pivotal moment in the intersection of politics, Bitcoin, and crypto. His evolving stance highlights the growing significance of digital currencies in the political arena and sets the stage for potential policy shifts under his leadership. And as the Bitcoin 2020 conference draws close, all eyes will be on Nashville to see Trump's words might shape the future of Bitcoin in the United States. And now for the million-dollar question. Do you think he will make that announcement? If he is elected president, he will adopt Bitcoin for the United States of America, whether it's as a strategic reserve asset, whether it's for the United States Treasury, or whether to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender, like a Bukele play. What are your thoughts? And if he hypothetically were to make these announcements less than 24 hours away, do you think that would take us to a new all-time high by tomorrow? Price discovery mode above 74 Gs? Let me know. And do you think that will spark the motherfucking rally for Bitcoin to hit $1 million per coin as game theory continues in full effect with nation state adoption, pension fund adoption, sovereign wealth fund adoption? You already know. Let me know your honest thoughts, family. Welcome to the Q&A segment.